Hello, what's happening? Hey, it's great to see you, whether you're watching this now or in the distant future. We're going to look at the 25 best comedies of all time, but not by me, by the good people at IGN Entertainment. But don't run away, because you're probably going to disagree with them, and I'm probably going to disagree with them too. So I've got my stack of DVDs and Blu-rays and all VHSs, and I'm going to go through them and see if any of mine are in there. And if the ones that are in there that I don't think should be in there, then I'm going to say so. But it's just my opinion, and you're entitled to your wrong opinion, as they say. I'm entitled to my wrong opinion. So we're going to bash through these according to IGN, their top 25. Now, I've not looked at these, so I don't know what they're going to come up with. Whether I'm going to get so angry, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going so mad. I'm going to lose my. I'm going to go ballistic. So I've got my list here, or my stack. I'm basically going off, as you know, people who watch the channel. I got rid of a lot of Blu-rays, DVDs, VHSs. I culled them all. So if I have them, if I own them, then I guess I must think they're the best. That's the way I think of it, because I got rid of thousands, and these are the ones I still have. So I'm going to try and cross-reference mine with the ones on the list. So let's go. So number 25 for IGN, they had Groundhog Day. Okay, I don't own Groundhog Day. I rate it as a film. I don't think it's like necessarily the funniest film. It has some funny moments in it, much like a lot of Bill Murray films. Some funny moments in them. He's great, but I wouldn't have it in my top 25 comedies of all time. I don't know if you would. Let me know. Let me see. I've got some people who have showed up. Hey, Bud Files, good to see you. Hey, Liv, how you doing? Good to see you. Liv Style Rewind. Check out those channels, everybody, for sure. And I don't know how long this is going to be, because I'm waiting for someone to come and deliver something, so I might have to disappear. But it makes it even more exciting. When will he leave? So can I get through all 25? So 25, Groundhog Day. It's good. It's not in my top 25, which is exactly what Liv's great minds think alike. Exactly what Liv said there. So number 24, Mean Girls. Now I don't own Mean Girls, but I do rate Mean Girls, the original one, not the new one. I haven't seen the new one. I do rate it. I think it's good. I think there's some funny bits in it, making fetch happen. Like there's some iconic quotes. There's some funny stuff in it. But again, it probably wouldn't be in my top 25, but it's not a bad film by any stretch. Number 23, National Lampoon's Vacation. Okay, so the 1983 National Lampoon's Vacation. I do have it here in a box set in my Chevy Chase Vacation collection. However, I have more of a soft spot, I think, for European Vacation. Plus, there's a really horrible dog-related trauma thing that happens in the first one. I like the Christmas one. I can't remember much about the Vegas one, and the new one, the John what's he called? John Francis Daley written one from Freaks and Geeks. I thought that was okay, but yeah, I would probably not have the original 1983 Vacation in my top 25. Number 22, What We Do in the Shadows. Now, it's funny. I don't watch the series. I love those guys. I think this is the peak of like Jermaine Clement and Flight of the Conchords humor, and Taika Waititi. It is funny, but again, it probably isn't in my top 25. Let's see what chat say. Yeah, Liv saying the same thing. Yeah, agreed. I stand with that. Vegas, I need to see it. I've maybe seen it twice in my life. I need to see it again. Okay, I will. I'm going to put that on my list. I'm going to not put that DVD away when I finish this stream. I'm going to check that out. Bridesmaids, I've seen it. I don't remember it being. So number 21, Bridesmaids. I've seen it. I didn't think at the time, hey, let's make my face bigger. Wow. The Bridesmaids, I think there was a funny bit on a plane with pooping, if I remember, but nah. Yeah, well, the show benefits from having Matt Berry in it as well. Everything Matt Berry's in is amazing, isn't it? But yeah, Bridesmaids, it was okay. It led to a string of less funny films like Spy and The Heat and things like that. Number 20, I do not get this at all. This is just bland, nothing of a film. And I like him in Arrested Development. Number 20 is Game Night. Jason Bateman, Game Night. I have seen this. It washed right over me. Good cast. Lamont Morris is funny. I like him. Sharon Horgan's in it. I forgot that. Michael C. Hall, Kyle Chandler. Yeah, great cast. It's directed by John Francis Daley. Sam Weir from Freaks and Geeks. I'm a massive Freaks and Geeks fan. but who also wrote the recent Dungeons and Dragons film that I want to see. And they wrote that Vacation film that was bang average. But yeah, how is number 20 greatest, funniest film of all time? Game Night. I'm sorry, no. That period of time from like what 2006 to 2018, we've had some pretty poor comedies, I must say. That's a bit of sweeping judgment. Yeah, I think Bridesmaids is just okay. First Wives Club or something. Yeah, I'd like Terms of Endearment, but again, that's really sad. It's not really funny, but Terms of Endearment has some good bits. That's a good, what I would call like a good chick flick. It Happened One Night. I have seen Clark Gable, 1934. I'm going to reserve judgment on it because I haven't seen it for a long time. It won a lot of Oscars back when comedies used to win the Oscar. Number 18, Buster Keaton in The General. Well, yes, Buster Keaton, I think, stands up now. He maybe needs to be in there somewhere, and we don't need to ignore films just because they're from 1926. So that was number 18. Number 17, Dumb and Dumber. I like it a lot. G'day, mate. Throwing another shrimp on the barbie. Yeah, love Dumb and Dumber. That is a great film. It is the peak of Family Brothers. I love There's Something About Mary as well. These are great. It is great. Well acted. Brilliant. They're kind of getting close to almost touching as good as the Zucker brothers here, the Farrellies, which is easy for me to say. Yeah, Game Night, nah, it's just meh. If is that a thing people still say? Meh, it's meh. Never seen The General. Yeah, I've seen it. I think I saw it at university. It's funny. It's good. No, it's not like a laugh riot or anything. Number 16. Okay, I don't own this, but I should. I think I maybe own it on streaming. I bought it on Amazon or something. Number 16, Coming to America. Now, as good as Coming to America is, do not be tempted into watching Coming to America 2, because that is dire. It is appalling. Now, I quite liked, not just because it's a new version of an old thing and blah, 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 and woke or whatever. I don't know whatever people want to say about it. It's just bad and not funny. The first one is hilarious and absolutely fantastic. So, yeah. That's the way I feel about that hot take. Was it a hot take? Yeah, it's funny. It's not fake. Yeah, I get that. It's not going to be in my top 10 or anything. Hey, Tony, how you doing, man? Yeah, I think I remember you were chatting about the Back to the Future on your stream, and we were saying about Coming to America 2 being pretty terrible. But yeah, Coming to America 1 is so good. Bowfinger would be on my list. Bowfinger is a criminally underrated film. Fake Person Ninjas, Chubby Rain, just so much good stuff in that. Oh, yeah, I feel like I want to watch that. I think me and Gareth are going to be watching it at some point. Maybe. I don't know. I think we'd said it. I'd also say Confessions of a Window Cleaner, so maybe we'll watch them both back to back. Going to America, number 16. Number 15, The Princess Bride, which I've only seen once. I think this might be a bit controversial for people who are lovers of it. I think it's okay. I think it's a well-made film. All Rob Reiner films are well-made. But is it funny all the way through? If Spinal Tap's not on this list, then I'm going crazy, because that's an incredibly hilarious film. Number 15, Princess Bride, and it has Andre the Giant in it, so can't hate it. Number 14, City Lights, Charlie Chaplin. I guess Charlie Chaplin needs to be in there. Is almost like a godfather of modern comedy. But also, there's more pathos in Chaplin and Buster Keaton and a lot of these ones. That maybe if you're looking for just funniest, we're saying funniest. Jokes PM, jokes per minute, 5 laugh test or whatever it is that they do on the radio. Mike and Mo does. I don't know if City Lights is going to make it. Is he going to cry? 5 cry tests, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to cry. So let's keep going. Number 13, Ghostbusters. Again, I think this goes back to what I said about Groundhog Day. Is Ghostbusters one of the funniest films ever made? It has some funny bits. I lost my tooth at 2 films in the cinema. One was E.T., one was Ghostbusters. They are seminal moments in my life. I do not underestimate how much I love Ghostbusters. Don't ever say that I don't love Ghostbusters, or there will be serious repercussions. But is it the funniest film ever? No. There's some funny bits in it. This man has no dick. That's a funny joke. I'm not saying that about a man that I know. That's a line from the film. So yeah, let's see. Luke Warren, Princess Bride. Yeah, me too. Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yeah, Dave Chappelle is in that. Monty Python. Yeah. I like. Again, could the Holy Grail be in there as the funniest Monty Python film, one of the funniest films of all time, because that does have a lot of laughs in it. Number 12, Borat. Okay, all right. So the second one took it too far. TV series of Borat was hilarious. Seeing the Borat film in cinemas, people were rolling around. It reminded me very much of how people reacted to seeing Austin Powers 2 in the cinema. Just joke after joke after joke after joke after joke. So in that sense, I can understand why Borat's in there. Would it be in my top 10? Nah. No. Overhyped. Okay, yeah, I guess. I mean, it can be diluted like a lot of things when we get so much of it as well, I guess. I don't know. I like the Bobby Brown music from the second one, so what do I know? I had it on vinyl. Number 11, Shaun of the Dead. Okay, so Shaun of the Dead, great film, some hilarious bits in it. It is cracking. It is. I've come to love it more and more over the years. The more I got into zombie films, the more I love this as well. But I don't know if it'd be in my top 10 or top 20. But yeah, it's definitely in a long list. And I love it. I do love it. Groundhog Day. Yeah, it is a good film. It is a good film. Borat top 50. Yeah, I mean, in terms of jokes, if we're saying jokes per minute, Borat's got to be there. Okay, brilliant. So number 10 is one that I own. I own it. It is the up to 11 edition of Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap. Okay, I own that one. It is amazing. I quote it all the time. Anytime I see a drummer or a new drummer, I quote it. Stonehenge, Lick My Love Pump. Oh my word, they're brilliant. So good. Oh my word, just brilliant. Just give me some money. Yeah. If people haven't seen, this is Spinal Tap, and I believe they're making a new one. Touch wood, I hope it's okay. This is Spinal Tap, so good. And the CD I've got of it opens up to a mini Stonehenge, or an actual size Stonehenge, I guess. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's funny. It's great. It is good. Spinal Tap. Yes. Go and watch it right now. Just say, Matt, screw you. I'm going watching Spinal Tap. Number 9 by Grabthar's Hammer. It is Galaxy Quest. Now, I love Galaxy Quest. I do not own it, other than maybe I think I bought it on Amazon. I like Galaxy Quest. Would it be in my top 25? Maybe, maybe not. It's clever more than funny. It's smart, well cast. There are some funny bits in it, but I defy anyone to tell me like one or two, more than one or two funny things from that film. So yeah. Let's see. Three Amigos, yeah. Hot Rod, yes. Cool Beans. And yeah, European Vacation was the first time that I saw somebody sans a lady sans underwear in a film. So like, it'll always have a special place in my heart. Yeah, Airheads. Good question about Airheads. So I have not seen it. I know, and I think does it tie in roughly with when Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey came out? And I felt like I had to be like Team Bill and Ted, or is that just in my I don't know. I like Brendan Fraser's in that, isn't he? I like Adam Sandler, or is that Empire Records? Maybe I get them mixed up with Empire Records and with Tyler. Galaxy Quest, yeah, it is funny, but it's a strange one to be so high. Number 8. Okay, so I saw this thing this morning which really made me laugh, which was before memes, men used to just sit around shouting quotes from Anchorman at each other, which I think is totally true to me and my friends. So 2004. Anchorman, the legend of Ron Burgundy, is really disappointing. This is a bit of a theme, isn't it? I sat in the cinema with the most obnoxious group of people I've ever seen. It wasn't my family or friends, but it was just the people laughing at all of the stuff that was supposed to be shocking. And I don't know, the second one just didn't hit right for me. Just did not hit right for me at all. But the first one, let's not undersell it. It's brilliant. It's so funny. Anchorman, Baxter, My Little Gentleman. Yeah, so good. Afternoon Delight. And again, like, compare it to all the ones from the era, which stands up best? Step Brothers, Elf. Elf's funny. Elf's good. I wonder why Elf's not in the list. Because it's a Christmas film? I don't know. Old School, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers. This, for me, Anchorman's better. I think 40-Year-Old Virgin still stands up as quite funny as well. Number 7, Young Frankenstein. It's funny. I think I said this on the stream for Spaceballs. Like, Spaceballs is funnier. Young Frankenstein is cleverer, more like arty, more like makes you feel like a smarty. Number 7 in the funniest films of all time, according to IGN. It's a great film. It is a great film. Oh yeah, just one of the guys. Oh my word! They've made so many different kind of rehashes of that, haven't they? Didn't they do one with? Oh, what's her name? I don't know. They've done a few like that. Just one of the guys. Yeah, stays with you, those things. Just sometimes when you're really young, it's just like, what is that? Stop the press. Let's see. You got served. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, you got served. Another one I saw, which was pretty bad, is I saw Warrior, the Tom Hardy film Warrior, and I just had a bunch of like smelly, loud louts in there, and I ended up getting my money back because they ruined it for me and my wife while we were trying to just watch a film. It's just like, just because it's MMA does not mean you have to act. To be fair, I had a similar experience. Maybe it's a UFC thing. I don't know, because I go to quite a lot of MMA events, and the worst one I ever went to was UFC. All the people around were just obnoxious. But then I went to some like local ones and some back when Bama was around, and they were like the biggest British one. I went to some of those, and it was great. It's just really weird. It was just weird, but I got that same kind of vibe when I went to see Warrior. And I was just like, oh, I'm ruining this film for me. Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I've seen both of those once. I saw one of them at the cinema, but I would say Anchorman stands out for me. Stranger Than Fiction. Yeah. I need to see that again. I think that might have washed over me. Maybe I was checking my phone or something. But yeah, Galaxy Quest is a good film. The Ice Skating on Blades of Glory. Yeah. With John Hader. Again, where's Napoleon Dynamite on this list? So number 6, I think, is a brilliant film, but why is it on the funniest films of all time? IGN, you fools. Why do you not agree with me totally? Is The Big Lebowski. Okay, it is funny. Number 6, fun. Now, number 5, I still have my original copy of this. It's got The Independent, maybe with Jerry Stiller and Ben Stiller, but it's, if you can see it on, Wet Hot American Summer, which I think is one of my top 5 funniest films of all time. Hilarious, Wet Hot American Summer, and it's number 5 on IGN's. They're bringing it back. They're bringing it back, man. It's great. If anyone hasn't seen Wet Hot American Summer, you need to watch it. Just for Paul Rudd's, for all of it, I could name like 12 great performances in it. The cast is incredible. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, it's so smartly filmed as well. Even though like Jared Hess didn't quite do it Natural Libre and things like that, but actually the way Napoleon Dynamite the editing in that to add to the poignancy and the humor is just so well done. Obviously, Uncle Rico and LaFonda, it's all so good. Big Lebowski, I love it. I love it as a film. I don't know if it's that fun. Is that funny? Burn After Reading. I don't know if I've seen that. Is Katie Holmes in it? If Katie Holmes is in it, then it's the film I'm thinking of. Don't have to read it. Aaron Eckhart, I think, as well. So yeah, Wet Hot American Summer. It's like the modern day Airplane, and spoiler alert, Airplane I think is the funniest film ever made. So yeah, that's my number 1. Number 4, the first Austin Powers International Man of Mystery. Now, in terms of funniness, I think I sat in the cinema for both of these, and I had a card back where you could go to the cinema as much as you wanted when you were when this came out in '97, and I saw Austin Powers 2 in the cinema maybe 4 times, and I've never seen a reaction to people laughing so much more than the first one. So we're talking funniest. I think the second one is actually funnier than the first one. Is the first one a better film? Yes. So that for me, I think, is quite frustrating, because this list is kind of not differentiating between great films like Big Lebowski and films like Princess Bride and just funny films. And that's the issue. Some of these are great films, and people go, why wouldn't you have them in your list? Because I don't think they're funny, as funny as other films. And I'll try and show you some others that I think are more funny. So number 4, Austin Powers International Man of Mystery. It is great. It is great. The first one is the best film. But Wayne's World's really funny too. Possibly funnier. And the second one's definitely funny. Third one, Goldmember, Faja, all that is okay. So Airplane, number 3. So this would be top of my list. I love Airplane. It's in my collection called The Nutcase, which has all the Zucker brothers in, including Police Squad. I absolutely love it. The only poster I want to get is an Airplane poster, because I've just recently got a Fright and Navigator, a Batman poster that I'm going to frame, put up at Christmas, or get people to buy me frames for Christmas. This is a way off, but it's my birthday too, so I'll hopefully get it all sorted. And some Star Crash posters that I've got to do to go with my Star Crash poster behind me. Over here. Over that way? No, that way. And yeah, I would say Airplane is gosh darn hilarious. Pardon my language. Okay. So I like Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I thought he was really good in that. But yeah, I'm probably the same. I'm not like, ooh, Brad Pitt. Number 2 is one we mentioned earlier on in terms of, I said, has the most amount of jokes in it for that group of people. Number 2, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It is hilarious. It is very, very good. And let's have a quick look before we go to the final one. Wayne's World. Wayne's World 2 is definitely the best. Unless we're talking about Shrek. Yep. So I married an ex-murderer. Yeah. He'd move. Yeah. So, and also it's got There She Goes in it as well, quite the last song. So number 1 is Doctor Strangelove, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Now, I appreciate that this is Kubrick and this is Peter Sellers, two people who I think are great. I have tried to watch this film so many times, I just don't get it. It just doesn't do it for me. But I'm going to watch it again. You can't fight in the war room. I get it. It's clever. Some people say it's very important, but I need to check that one out. Yeah. So that was number 1. Okay, we've done this in 20 minutes, which is pretty amazing. Because before I have to disappear, I'm going to show you my ones that weren't on the list, that I think should have been on the list, that are really funny. So I've still got quite a lot. I may need to filter these, and I may need to filter my comments. So one that I think's missed off. So number 1, right, okay. One that I think was missed off that would be in mine is Tommy Boy. Hilarious all the way through. Are all Chris Farley films built this well? No, but this one is. And Farley was a genius, and this is the closest we had to capturing that genius, other than his interviews with people like Paul McCartney on Saturday Night Live. Police Academy. Okay, so this might be more nostalgia than funny, but I think the first one, it does have some laugh out loud moments in it. I just noticed in the chat, Liv mentioned Superbad. Yeah, Superbad, I don't know if it'll still stand up, but I think I was the same. I thought it was freaking amazing when I saw it at the cinema. So I'd have been, what? I don't know. I'm 40 odd now, so yeah, I'd have been like 20s or something. Black Sheep. Yeah, I don't think it's as good as Tommy Boy, but again, I'll watch him in anything. Clerks, I think out of all of the Kevin Smith films, Clerks is the best written and funniest. Mallrats as well as a very and we all love Police Academy too. Thank you, Gareth. Yeah, we all love Police Academy too. We love Police Academy too because we were in it, Gareth. We were in the remake, the unofficial remake. So another one, I think Woody Allen's best film in terms of joke per minute, hilarious. Annie Hall. It is fucking brilliant, even just for the cocaine scene. Just everything. It's just so good. And if you don't like it, if you don't want to be in my club, I wouldn't be a member of a club that had me as a member. Is that what he said? Woody Allen? I don't know. He stole it off Retro Marks anyway. But yeah, Annie Hall, great film. What's Up Tiger Lily as well is freaking gold. Here's one that should be on this list that isn't. The Jerk. Steve Martin, The Jerk. Okay, jokes all the way through. Quotable. He hates those cans. Come on. My word, that's not on the list. Okay, so this is on a box set. It's got Dumb and Dumber on it, which we mentioned earlier. But I think the first Ace Ventura stands out as being really funny. Bit of a game changer at the time. I don't know if it'd be it may be 25 on my list of 25. Pineapple Express. Yeah. True. Yeah, I was really into that group of people because I was a massive fan of Freaks and Geeks. So I followed them to Undeclared, and then I followed them into their films. I was really rooting for them. But yeah, I know what you mean. Here's another one, another Zuckers that's not got a mention. Okay, I Loved You in Wall Street, Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2. Just brilliant, just incredible. It's the Zuckers. All right, so this is an acquired taste. I'm going to say Carry On Abroad. It's funny for me. I laugh all the way through it, but am I laughing at some of the cultural irrelevance of it and some of the stuff that you can't say now just because it's a bit naughty and transgressive for me to watch it? I don't know, but it's funny. Anchorman, I mentioned earlier on, that made it onto the list, I think. Kentucky Fried Movie, if you like sketch-based comedy, this is one of the best from the creators of Airplane. Yeah, watch The Jerk. Watch The Jerk. It's so good. Oh, he was so sweet. Yeah, Jay Baruchel was so sweet in that one. What's he called? Stephen Carp in it or something? Yeah. And they were trying to, and they got Charlie Hunnam in it, and he didn't quite hang with them. But Seth Rogen was in it, and I was like, oh, I'm glad Seth Rogen's getting work. I hope he does well for himself. To be fair, like, Seth Rogen lost me with The Sausage Party. I hate those films, and they've just done a new one. But he's won me back a little bit with Turtles Mutant Mayhem because it's amazing. Another version of Tommy Boy here, the extended, the Holy Shnikes edition. Housekeeping. And another one, which I think is, if we're just talking funny stuff all the way through, I Want an Effing Car, Right Effing Now. Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Yeah, okay. Did I cover all of the ones I wanted to cover? Yeah. Okay. Did I miss anything out? Yeah, loads. It was a cute show, Undeclared, definitely. So, in terms of what we've learned here, or what I've learned here, is these people making these lists can't tell the difference between a great film and a funny film, because it's really hard to write comedy. So I remember when I was doing my screenwriting, I tried writing some funny stuff for my tutor, and she was just like, no, not funny. I made it a bit sadder again, sad, and then she was like, okay, you've passed, barely. And I was like, thanks, cheers. So like, people just didn't, I don't know, it's looked down upon, and that's from people teaching you how to write for the screen. So I don't know, it's frustrating. So my advice would be to ignore those people. If you think it's funny, it probably is funny. Just write it. Like, oh man, I just love some of these films, and they're just joke after joke after joke, and people don't care about the story because they're just funny. What about Star Crash? Star Crash is a serious science fiction film that could actually happen, Gareth. So I'm a bit upset with you for even mentioning it as a comedy, just because of some of the terrible stop motion animation, David Hasselhoff perm, and terrible special effects and awful direction. But it's got Caroline Munro in it. Gosh darn it! And yep, I agree. Planes, Trains, Automobiles, so good. And it can be hilarious and quite touching as well. Sausage Party, yeah, just pretend it didn't. That's probably the best approach. Oops. And yeah, Star Crash, Hard Eyes. But okay, so yeah, I think that's what I've learned from this. I'm gonna have to put all my DVDs away again now. Oh my word, and VHS and fun. This is why organising them is really tricky, isn't it? Because you get them out to show people, and then you just put them back any old way. Another film I would say that is quite funny, but absolute trash, that I watched at a film festival is Return to Newcomb High, the Troma film. If you're looking for just like absolute trash nonsense funny, then that's one. But if you're looking for bad, like good bad films, I did the bad good film Iceberg. I laugh at films like Ben and Arthur and all that kind of stuff. I laugh at films like The Last Vampire on Earth or The Room, but we're talking unintentional and intentional humor here. Intentional, I'm going for all of the ones, all of the above that I discussed. So if you want to put in the comments your number one favorite, funniest film of all time, I'd love to hear it, and I might even check it out. I mean, in fact, I think I need to go and watch Airheads for one. And there was a couple of others that I'll be going back through the chat to have a look at. Kentucky Fried Movie, yeah, is awesome. There's a few that people mention that I haven't seen, which is fun. Oh, Burn After Reading, that Liv mentioned, Airheads. I haven't seen it, but it sounds like it'd be my kind of thing. Gareth, I said his name and he appeared. Gareth, we've been threatening to do Bowfinger for a while, haven't we? That would be one that I'd love to have a good old chat about. So much good stuff in there. Steve Martin's. I would recommend Steve Martin's books as well, like not Shop Girl, but the ones that are just comedy essays, and Woody Allen's books as well. Like these guys have got jokes for days. People forget how good Steve Martin was as a stand-up comedian. So, and look what I got. Gareth mentioned it. So, what I got recently, I got another VHS of Star Crash. I've now got the Blu-ray signed by Caroline Munro and Luigi Cozzi. I've now got all the art cards, the lobby cards, full set. I've got that poster. I've just got a full poster. I think I am developing a Star Crash collection without even realizing it. I think I may be the world's foremost Star Crash collector. Is there anybody else? Am I like that guy who went to the set of The Thing to collect all the stuff? And no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go to the set of Star Crash. But it's pretty weird that I have all that stuff, if I'm honest. This Beverly Hills Cop is hilarious as well. I didn't mention it, but again, laughs per minute, maybe. I don't know. It's funny. It is funny pretty much all the way through. Anything that you think I've missed, please let me know. I didn't mention cartoons either. They didn't really cover any cartoons like Who Framed Roger Rabbit or, I don't know. Speaking of films similar to that, should I watch Brad Pitt and Kim Basinger in Cool World? It's been on my list for a while. Is it going to be good? Because I like cartoon and people stuff mixed up. See Ralph Bakshi as well. That should be interesting. So that's where we are with that. I'm just desperately racking my brains if there's anything hilarious. Like films like Gremlins and Gremlins 2 are hilarious. And we could go into TV series, couldn't we? We could go into things like, I don't know, Father Ted or for me, Hello, or TV series like Look Around You or Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. These are all great, but we're not talking about that today. Maybe we'll do that in the future. So I think IGN had a good go at it. They got Airplane in there. They got all Wet Hot American Summer in there, which I think a lot of people wouldn't have done. And if I could just urge you before I finish, because I'm going to have to go, if I could urge you before we leave, please watch Wet Hot American Summer. It's so good. It's so good. And the Exorcist, Your Mother Cooks Socks in Hell. If you want to see a funny version of The Exorcist, then Lisa and the Devil, certainly, with Telly Savalas, certainly, and Alan Alda's dad. There's a funny bit at the end of that. If you go to my Bava, Lamberto, both Bavas, Mario and Lamberto Bava tribute that I've put on my channel, if you go to that and look at it and watch it right to the end, I've edited together one of the funniest clips from a knockoff Exorcist ever made. Now, this is really clever film because, it's very rare that when somebody goes, we're going to make your film into a knockoff of The Exorcist because The Exorcist has been so successful. So you can either do it yourself or somebody else will take it off your hands and do it for you. So Barbara's like, I'll do it then. And then he just goes all out, which is very rare that someone, gets paid to do his own. Oh, yeah, no, Robin Williams. Yeah, what Robin Williams? Because, if it was like Good Will Hunting is a great film, but it's not particularly funny, but like Good Morning Vietnam, again, it's there's dark elements to it, Awakenings. What am I missing? What funny Robin Williams films am I missing? Mrs. Doubtfire? That's funny. Family friendly, funny. Mork and Mindy I used to watch. What am I missing? Yeah, Jumping Jack Flash, Whoopi Goldberg's funny in that as well. Whoopi! When she married Peter Cushing and became Whoopi Cushing. No, okay. I will definitely watch Burn After Reading. That sounds like right up my street. I Heart Huckabees is a funny film, but a bit weird. My Cousin Vinny, Marissa Tomei, I was like, oh my God, she's beautiful in that. And I was like, oh, look, it's Daniel LaRusso. Repossessed, yes. Funnily enough, that was one myself and our friend Dave, Savage Zombie Reviews, we were going to watch Repossessed, and I was trying to find a VHS of it, and then I was going to send it over to the Isle of Man because I kind of threatened him with that film, because that's what I do to my friends. The Happening is one of the funniest. Yes, The Happening is the one with where the baddie is just like wind. That's right, isn't it? The Wicker Man. I'm going to Wicker Man remake. I'm going to the set of Wicker Man in October. I'm going to go and find where they actually have the real Wicker Man. Vampire's Curse. Yeah. I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. 10 on 10. 10 on 10, as Alan Partridge would say. The Alan Partridge movie, Alpha Papa, it's funny because it's Alan Partridge. So yeah, these were all. I've really enjoyed this. This has been a good chat. I was only expecting to stay on 10 minutes or so, just bash through these because I really wanted to. But yeah, and the Confessions films are funny. I think me and Gareth are going to be watching Confessions of a Window Cleaner, which is the one people forget. These made millions across the world and were made by major studios. These weren't trash. Adventures films, yeah, they were trash, but Confessions, they were funny. The Birdcage, of course. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen that. I'm not against seeing it. I think it was around the time of like Too Long Through and Thanks for Everything, Julian Newmar, and I was like maybe getting them mixed up, a bit like I did with Empire Records and Airheads, and I was just like, which one shall I watch? Neither. I didn't watch either of them. So that was maybe something to do with it. While I was talking about Clerks being probably one of Kenny Smith's funniest ones, going to have a collapse. Yeah. I got a really cool RST video cover for it. They're not in business anymore. It's called Chroma Crystal, and it's like the actual ones like they're having Clerks with a synopsis. You could choose whatever film you wanted to, but inside it, I got a copy of Navy SEALs. I put Navy SEALs in it because I thought it'd be funny. And I got a little video card and a little sticker. I don't think they're in business anymore, the company that did that. But I do like that. RST Video and Nintendo, Leonardo Avenue, Leonardo, New Jersey. Love it. Yeah. Romantic comedies, I guess the one I would say there would be Annie Hall. But beyond that, I'm struggling. I'm struggling for romantic ones that are funny. They Came Together, that's quite funny, from David Wayne, who did Wet Hot American Summer. But again, it wouldn't be in my top 25, but it has some funny bits in it. They Came Together, that is funny. Yeah, I will check the Birdcage out. I will definitely do that. And that, my friends, I've run out of gas. I think that's me done. I'm going to play the greatest end to a film to see us out. But thank you so much, everyone who has been in the chat. Names have been coming up on the screen. Please type in their exact name into your search bar. Subscribe to them. Get Gareth to his 7 millionth subscriber. Get Liv to 8 millionth subscriber. Get Bud Files to his 12. Sorry, it's the whole group of everybody on the Bud Files channel to their 100 millionth. And let's beat Mr. Beast. Let's do it. Let's get him beat. Come on, Mr. Beast. I don't know for you. It's time for somebody else to step in. Let's get the Wigan Cult Film Club. Let's get them to beat Mr. Beast. Come on. Gender swap movies, yeah, and also like body swap movies like Vice Versa and that kind of stuff. And Big. Big's a bit weird when you think about it. So get your hands off that boy. Well, yeah, so it is a bit odd when you come to think of it. So I think I have covered every film in history. Well done. We've completed the internet, everyone. We did it. So I'm just going to finish off with and to say thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in, everybody who's watching. I appreciate that in the middle of the day randomly. And you can only end this in one way.